we are going to go ahead and get started with the day. So today we're talking about why being an author is more important than being a celebrity. You'll understand why I just had that thing just happen here in just a second. Why being an author is more important than being a celebrity. So there is first things that you can win. Here's how you win things. You subscribe to my YouTube channel, comment on my YouTube videos, share my YouTube videos into social media, tagging myself or my business page in it. And one person every week is going to win something. So there's that. Let me go ahead and get rid of that. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Why being an author is more important than being a celebrity. This is a quote from somebody I just talked to a couple days ago. So a new friend of mine, Chris Casamassa, I'm not sure exactly how we say it because I've never said his last name out loud before. But he played Scorpion in Mortal Kombat. Okay, so the yellow guy, the get over here, so the Mortal Kombat guy. He and I were talking because I'm going to speak at his mastermind in Huntington Beach, California in April, I think. Yeah, April Fool's Day, that's when it is. And anyway, so we were talking and he's like, you know what? I love authors. And he's a celebrity. Okay, so he's an actor, he's a celebrity. He also is a business owner and he has his own martial arts studio. He trains a lot of kids. I think that's really cool. And then he also teaches business owners or martial arts business owners how to be able to run their martial arts business, right? And just a very cool guy. But he's like, the thing that he said to me that kind of went like, to me, because I don't have this perspective, but he does. And he said, people look up to authors even more than they look up to actors and celebrities. And he knows because he is one. And he's also an author. But they look up to him more now that he's an author than when he, like the author celebrity side of him. He gets more attention for being an author than an actor or a celebrity. Doesn't that kind of just scramble people's minds a little bit? For those of us that aren't actors and celebrities, we're kind of like, but like all the attention is on them, like isn't that like in today's society kind of like the thing? But the cool thing is really, it's the authors, guys. It's the authors. And what on earth is keeping you from being an author? So if you wanted to be an actor or a celebrity, my gosh, you've got to run the gauntlet, right? There are a lot of people that move to LA every single year trying to hit it big, being an actor or a celebrity. Sometimes it took people like Morgan Freeman. I think the guy started at 50 years old, 60 years. I mean, the guy, it's like he was already seasoned whenever he started. So it took him that long to actually be able to do that. There were people like Sylvester Stallone that it took him so many times to just even get his movie Rocky for people to create that movie. And I know we're talking more about movies and production and stuff like that, but the same thing is true. It takes a lot. And what it also takes, you guys, is this thing that I can't stand. It takes someone else telling you you're good enough. It takes someone else looking at you and saying, no, I'll let him in my movie. I'll let him in my stuff. And then you have to use that role, make it good, become a celebrity out of somebody saying, okay, I'll let him in. Or no. And more people hear no than anything, right? Because there's so many people. It's a numbers game. Well, now let's talk about being an author, which actually Chris said himself, like I said, with all the perspective in the world, said himself, authors are actually above actors and celebrities. Well, let's talk about the barrier and the threshold to becoming an author. We talked about the actor celebrity. I mean, that is like one in, it's not a million, but it might be close. Like it's a lot, okay? Difficult. I mean, we can all agree it's difficult, right? Like I'm not just exaggerating. This is difficult, right? This isn't just Martha saying something's hard and it's not. It's hard. Now let's talk about the barrier to becoming an author. I mean, how many of you are in my HBR program and have become an author within the last year? Do you know that you are now above actors and celebrities? Whenever put in front of people, you are now above actors and celebrities. How many people that are in HBR and have become an author within the last year talk about it? How many of you are actually talking about it? How many of you share that you're an author? And a lot of you are best-selling authors. How many of you are sharing that you're best-selling authors and that you're authors at all and that you're published authors and that you've written a book or share that you have a book? My book's right there. I have another book over here. How many of you are doing that? How many of you just kind of checkmarked, okay, now I'm an author, and then now I'm going to keep going down the road and I'm going to do my thing. You guys, leverage. If you're an author, if you wrote a book, leverage it. Day in, day out, it is your point of authority. Leverage that. Don't let it go by the wayside, right? So I did a lot of videos with my authors from the Invincible Family Project. So we did a book collaboration. I did a lot of videos with them. And they were like, Martha, when are you going to put these videos out? And I'm like, as soon as the initial, I'm just going to tell you guys, let's be transparent here. As soon as the initial buying of the books dies down, then you're going to start seeing the videos come out because we're leveraging, okay? This is so you don't just have the this, and nothing. Because that is not a business. Why even do something if you're just going to go this, nothing else? We need to always constantly be leveraging it. Always be talking about it. People should know that you're an author. The first thing that somebody thinks about you whenever they see you, they should think, oh, she wrote a book. That's right, she wrote a book. How are they going to be thinking about that if you're not talking about it? Or if you don't have it in your bios, in your social media, and on your website, and all over, right? So there's that. Second, what we're going to talk about is, if you're not an author, why not? Right? Why not? Why aren't you an author? Why haven't you written something? And here are the things that I usually hear from people, right? I usually hear, I don't know where to start. I don't know how to write a book. Whenever I write it, what do I do after that? You know, why am I going to spend all this time writing something and I don't even know what the next step is, right? How am I going to get it out there whenever I write it, or is it just going to be a book that exists that I don't know? All of those things, right? Those of you that are in HBR, you already have a section in HBR where Megan Larson literally, she walks you through the book writing portion, like the outlining, getting it ready, okay? We also have an aside program called Book to Empire. That is specifically, so if you're in HBR, you get like a high level idea of how to get your book done. Book to Empire is specifically for writers. It's specifically for people that want their book to be their source of income, and they want their book to be their main thing, and they want to build their business around their book specifically, okay? That's Book to Empire. And that's where Megan walks you. I mean, I can't even tell you all the stuff that she does. You guys, if you know Megan, you know she's like over here just like overdoing things. Like, she tells you how to write your book, how to self-publish, how to do a book collab, which is you get basically you'll make your money back from the entire course just in doing one book collab. There's that. If you don't know what a book collab is, message me or comment, something like that. Somebody will help you out with that. There's so many things. Everything. It's soup to nuts. It's like she tells you how to write the book, how to get it done, how to make it good, right? And then also, I come in and I specifically for a book show you guys how to be able to build audience around that book, be able to, basically you're building your empire around that book, okay? Specifically for books, all right? So just so you know, HBR, multiple income streams, all of the things, making them weave together. Book to empire specifically around your book. Now, are you also building programs, courses, coaching, consulting, things like that that align with your book? Yes, but it's all specifically around your book and specifically on how to do it that way. Does that make sense? So just so you know, if you didn't know about Book to Empire, it's a thing. It's available right now. I think, Megan, do we still have it at half off? If it's not half off, let's do that. Let's do that for, I'm just gonna make a call. Megan, I know you're probably watching right now. It's not I don't know if it's half off right now, but if it isn't, let's make it half off today through when I get back from Texas, which is Monday. So Monday the 11th. Yes, I'm cool with it. Okay. So Monday the 11th, we'll make it half off until Monday the 11th. You guys can get it, just so you know. Just all you have to do is message Livin the Dream with Martha. It's my Facebook business page. Just message me the words. Just message me Book to Empire. The words Book to Empire. Sorry, I didn't know I was going to do this. I didn't really mean to do this. This is totally... I didn't even talk to Megan about this first. But this is my Facebook business page. You would just message me there. That's where we would get you half off. Okay, guys, just so you know. Let me go ahead and get out of that. But really, you guys, what I wanted to... I didn't even mean to go down that. I'm so sorry. Sometimes I just... what I want you guys to understand is this. Writing your books creates so much value, creates so much... And authority is a weird word, but it creates so much authority. It creates so much top of mind awareness. It creates so much validity. Validity in who you are, what you do, and how good you are at it. Validity. It validates you. It puts a stamp on you. You know how like on Instagram, they've got like this blue star. It's almost like it puts a blue star next to you as a person, like valid. It's like a seal of approval is what your book does for you. And so if you're sitting there and you're like, man, I don't even know what I would do as a book, like I don't get it. I mean, really, we can bring the book out of you, Megan can bring the book out of you, okay? Know our lane, Martha. I am not the one that does that. Megan will bring the book out of you, and then I'll help you create an empire out of it. But really, truly think about how serious you are. I mean, this is just like, let's just get real for a second, right? Like, this is just like sister talk here. How serious are you about creating the impact in the world that you say that you want to do? I'm going to let you think about it for a second. How really serious are you? Think of what you want to do. Think of how you want to positively impact the world. And my question is, how serious are you? Because if you're truly serious, you're going to take the steps necessary in order to make it happen. And if you're not, you're going to think of every excuse possible not to do it. Here's the truth in that. Well, it's all true. The more excuses that you make not to do something because of your fear, your self-sabotage, your all of these things that hold you back, keeps your people that you're here to serve, it keeps them in the same place. And they don't get to get better in a way that you know how to help them get better, in a way that you know how to help serve them and move them from point A to point B. The more that you don't take steps forward, they remain stuck. I'm going to tell you something that's a very sobering thing to think about. That's on you. I love you so much. I have to say these things sometimes just to shake you out of your own fear, to shake you out of your own self-sabotage, your own, but I don't know, I'm scared, all of those things. I have to shake you out of that to realize there is something so much bigger than you in this world. But you are a part of it. You are created to do this. And the more that you do not do it, you're going to continue to feel like you haven't made a difference. And I don't want that for you. Because man, if you knew what it felt like to make a difference in people's lives every single day, you would never let this stop you. Sure, there's money. Sure, there's, notoriety, and there's speaking engagements and all of this stuff. Sure, there's all of that. But the real gold, you guys, the real true gold is when somebody says through tears that their life has been changed because you said yes, because you showed up. That's the gold. Everything else is cool. The gold is the changing lives, guys. That's what matters. That's what eternally matters. Eternally matters. Because when we change people's lives, you guys, their mind opens up to so much more. And they don't have this short-sighted view of the world anymore. Now they're opened up and they can see what God has for them. Their life eternally changes. And I don't know about you guys, I'm here for that. I'm here for that. Just something to think about today. Love you guys. Bye-bye.